Eldrenfe, a land of towering mountains and fertile valleys. Once it was united under the banner of the Dragon Kings. Now it was a realm consumed by war. Two factions clashed for control, the loyalists clinging to the old ways, and the usurpers, hungry for power. Blood stained the rivers red, and the cries of battle echoed through the valleys. The once proud cities of Eldrenfe were scarred by conflict. Villages lay in ruins, their inhabitants scattered or slain. The land itself seemed to groan under the weight of violence. Hope, like a flickering candle, threatened to be extinguished in the relentless storm. For generations, the Dragon Kings had ensured peace and prosperity. Their reign, blessed by ancient magic, had been one of justice and wisdom, but their line had been broken. Treachery had poisoned the halls of power. Eldrenfe was left vulnerable, ripe for the taking. The usurper, Lord Regent Corvus, had seized control with ruthless ambition. He craved the power of the Dragon Kings, a power whispered to be held within a relic of legend, the Throne of Ashes. The Throne of Ashes, forged in the heart of a dying star, it was said to hold the very essence of the dragons. Legend claimed it granted its possessor unimaginable power, but it was a double-edged sword, capable of unimaginable destruction. The first Dragon King, Arion the Bold, had received the throne from the ancient dragons. In return for their blessing, he swore to rule with wisdom and protect Eldrenfe from all threats. For centuries the pact held strong. Eldrenfe prospered under the Dragon King's benevolent rule. But whispers of the throne's true nature persisted. Some believed it was a source of immense magic capable of shaping reality itself. Others claimed it was a gateway to a realm of pure power, both alluring and terrifying. It was a relic both revered and feared. The Throne of Ashes stood as a symbol of the Dragon King's power. It was a testament to their ancient lineage and their dominion over Eldrenfe. Whoever controlled the throne controlled the fate of the kingdom. In the southern marshes, far from the battlefields, lived a solitary figure, Chaol. He was a young man, hardened by years of exile. His eyes, the color of storm clouds, held a deep sadness and an unwavering resolve. He bore the mark of the Dragon Kings, a crimson dragon birthmark on his left hand. Chaol was the last of his line, the true heir to the Throne of Ashes. His father, King Arion, had been betrayed and murdered by his own brother, Corvus. Chaol, a mere child at the time, had been smuggled out of the capital city by loyalists. They had sworn to protect him, to one day see him reclaim his birthright. Years of hardship had honed Chaol into a formidable warrior. He had mastered the art of swordplay and learned the ways of the wilderness, but more importantly, he had never forgotten his heritage. He carried the weight of his lineage, the burden of vengeance and the flickering hope of restoring Eldrenfe to its former glory. His time had come. The whispers of war reached even his secluded sanctuary. The people looked to the heavens, desperate for a sign, for a leader. Chaol knew what he had to do. He would answer their call. He would fight for his birthright, for his people, for Eldrenfe. Chaol's path to the throne was fraught with danger. Lord Regent Corvus had a firm grip on the kingdom. He commanded a vast army and had powerful allies, each with their own ambitions. Among them were two figures who posed the greatest threat to Chaol's claim, Lady Serin Volan and the sorceress Myria. Lady Serin Volan was known as the Black Hawk of the West. A ruthless tactician and a master swordswoman, she commanded the loyalty of Corvus's most elite troops. Her ambition was as sharp as the blade she wielded. She sought not only to control Eldrenfe, but to expand its borders through conquest. Myria was a different kind of enemy. Her power was ancient, fueled by dark magic. Her eyes glowed with an unsettling light, and her voice held the promise of both pleasure and pain. She had pledged her allegiance to Corvus, but her true motives remained shrouded in mystery. It was whispered that she sought to control the Throne of Ashes for herself, to unleash its full power upon the world. These were the adversaries Kale had to overcome. Their combined might seemed insurmountable, their cruelty unmatched. But Kale was not deterred. He knew that the fight for Eldrenfe would be long and arduous, but he was prepared to face any challenge, any enemy, to reclaim his birthright and fulfill his destiny.